Oh, good morning! Are you new to World of Warcraft or are you just exploring what's out there for you? Well, I'm gonna talk about my favorite specialization about marksman hunters, and I'm not gonna tell you anything about statistics and what items should you get, what talents should you get, what legendaries for what, anything. But I'm gonna tell you about the fun stuff, about the most important stuff, how it feels like, how do you play this role, what it feels like to play against other players with this class, and the specialization, how to play, in raids and dungeons and everything, and how the leveling feels like. Yeah, people are always forgetting about the actual gameplay for the sake of numbers and damage meters. So I hope you will enjoy it, and let's get just straight into it. So just super shortly, what's Marksman and what's Hunter? Well, Hunter is a class that you're not choosing in the beginning of the game and you cannot change it during the entire game. You can make multiple characters, but if you like to invest in your one character or just roleplay or anything, then you have to choose wisely before you start the game. So I hope that my videos will help you with that. And what's Marksman? Well, Marksman is just a specialization and you can change it anytime in the rested area, and you can look at it just as a possibility what you can do with your class. For Hunter, there are three of them. There's Marksman, Beastmaster, and Survival, and I'm gonna make videos on all of them. You can find them in the description if they're already done, and if not, just click the subscribe button and the bell and you'll get notified. Okay, so first let's talk about some leveling and some PvE, also known as the player versus environment. Game environment.
Fish.
So one of the biggest differences of the Marksman Hunter is that you don't have to use a pet. You actually have a 10% damage increase if you don't use it as a lone wolf. And I feel that this way it's a little bit more challenging and a little bit more fun, because you have to use all your stuns, your slows, traps, jumps, everything that you have to take down some difficult boss. And yeah, it's a little bit tricky, you have to practice a little bit, but it's really rewarding at the end. And it's because you're really squishy, if anybody will get to you, you'll probably die. So you have to take advantage of your skills and keep distance from them. And definitely you can use the pet, it's no problem, it's not forbidden. And when you're stuck, it's really useful to do that, because for example, I was stuck in Torghast last week on layer 4 and I couldn't get through the boss. And I was messaging with my friend that I'm doing arenas with usually, and he was like, why are you not using your pet to tank for you? And I was like, wait a minute, I have a pet and I can actually use it. And I realized that I still have the pet that you get when you're creating your character, so I have to get another pet, and when I did it, it was a piece of cake, so yeah, don't forget to use it when you need it. Well, leveling was quite enjoyable for me. You cannot engage multiple enemies at once because they will probably kill you, but you can take down single targets really fast. I was actually having a lot of fun just trying to take down enemies before they will even touch me. It is possible. And if you plan on leveling through dungeons, the role of damage dealer isn't the most difficult one. You don't have to keep people alive or lead the way. You just have to kill the enemies as soon as possible after your tank will engage them. It's very doable. And this strategy is usable even in the endgame dungeons and raids. You'll probably find yourself repeatedly pressing, aim shots, rapid fire, arcane shots, and some, steady shots in between. Just, those 4 things. But don't worry, 4 buttons is more than some other classes are using, so you have pretty diverse PvE life. And when you're engaging multiple enemies, when you will hit your multi-shot on 3 or more enemies, then the next aim shot or rapid fire will actually ricochet from one enemy to other and to all others. And it sounds and really looks nice, like if you're the master marksman, just shooting the right spot. It's really enjoyable. And now the fun part, PvP, player versus player. I don't hate PvE, like it's really relaxing and collective and repetitive. But PvP is where all the creativity and expressivity takes place. Like you can be any type of marksman inside of battlegrounds or arenas. You can be that up in your face arrow dispenser if you build everything around, you know, the rapid fire and haste and versatility, or you can be that little sneaky attacker, you know, with the traps and burst damage and stealth, or you can be the long-range sniper. You know, there's really a sniper shot as a PvP talent, and it's really long-range shot. And when you are building mastery, which is item trait, more mastery means more range that you can shoot at, so it can be really up in the distance, sniping down people. I really like to play as that little sneaky one-shot assassin. Like if you see me, it's already too late, or that's how I like to think about it. It's not always that way, but hey, I'm having fun, you know, it's game. And marksmen were getting popular back in the shadowlands because they seemed pretty strong at the beginning of the expansion. They were also played in AWC, which is the Arena World Championship, just like the top game. But they were also taken down a little bit by developers because they seemed a little bit too strong. So their numbers are again going a little bit down. But if you feel like you will enjoy being the king or queen of the ranged weaponry, then definitely go for it. Like back in the Battle for Azeroth, when there were like less than 1% of marksmen in arenas, me and my friend, you know, marksman and red paladin, we're crushing loads of the statistically best compositions just because we're enjoying the game, you know. When you're enjoying your role, then you probably end up playing more with bigger enjoyment, so you'll learn more about your role, and that means that you'll become better than people that are just playing things that they don't like because somebody told them that this is the statistically best option. You know, they're just sheep, and sheep will never get better than wolf, even if it will be in grass eating competition. Which doesn't make sense, but you know what I mean. So in general, this is not gonna be as easy as 2 buttons clicking, your pet gonna do it for you kind of style of beast mastery, but you know, with effort comes enjoyment. So I hope you liked it. It was my first video ever, and for better production and more content about game enjoyment, just, you know, stay tuned and you support my creation by clicking that little like button if you liked it. And I'm Karel Kylián, and I hope you'll enjoy your game.